Hey up, I just wanted to give you, see it's Christmas Eve, a final update on the GoFundMe John Sylvester wheelchair appeal, and to give you a few thank yous. It's going to be a short video, but after it, on the same video, there's going to be a longer Christmas miracle story. So if you want to hear a great story for Christmas, you can stick around for that. And at the end, and then at the very end, I'm going to play a brilliant bit of Northern Soul, which would be great to dance around the Christmas tree to, as one of the best piano introductions to any Northern Soul song ever, I would suggest. So some thank yous. So when this was started by my son Finlay at the beginning of the week, after an hour, family and friends of John, and in some cases anonymous people, had already raised 400 quid. By my birthday on the 22nd of this week, we'd raised this £2,150 that had been raised by 124 people, forgive me, in 2 days. Brilliant, right? And as we speak, we've smashed through well past two and a half grand. I think we're just short of £3,000, right? So thanks to everybody. Happy Christmas and all that. Thanks to Finlay for starting it. Thanks to my kids for supporting me with my crazy dancing and stuff. And thanks most of all to all of you. And happy Christmas. But hang on, before you go, if you want to stick around for the story, please do. What if, as a special Christmas present to John? By the way, John's going to be mortified with this. I promise you, John, after today, no more dancing for a bit, no more putting you in the spotlight, right? But it has to be done. So he's got his wheelchair, got enough for his wheelchair, but it doesn't stop there as far as I'm concerned, right? Helping John. John doesn't really want help. What he wants is somebody, us to enable him to help himself. That's the thing. And he don't want to be in the spotlight. He's got his chair so he can start to get moving and do his thing, right? But I was thinking, could we help him get some more wheels, like 4 wheels? What if, would it be possible to raise enough money to get him a car? If not today, then soon. And if not soon, a bit after that. So happy Christmas. Gather round for a Christmas small miracle story, really. So it was my birthday on the 22nd, earlier in the week. And all my grown-up children were out working. Well done, kids. And so was my wife, Candy, not a real name. And I was sat around that morning thinking, what should I do with myself? And I was thinking about John in hospital and how bored he might be. And I was a bit bored too. And I thought, you can only watch Elf, children, trust me, so many times. Great movie. So I thought, what could I do? And I've been banging on all week about, hashtag DJ dancing for John. I thought, I wonder what would happen if I went into town and did a bit of busking, if you like, a bit of Northern Soul dancing. And I had that thought, and even though, I'm a pretty confident guy, I did have a massive adrenaline rush right at that minute, thinking, what? It could be a bit embarrassing. But then I thought, well, so what? Sometimes there's things that are embarrassing and we just have to fight our way through them, don't we? To get to the other side, because we're driven by something that we want to achieve. So I thought, right, bugger it, I'm going to go do it. So I went down to Cross Gates, went into the photo place there, got them to make me a poster so that people knew it'd be Pucker, right? Because I wanted people to go to GoFundMe originally, or maybe give me some copies. So I got that made, which was great. And then I got a whiteboard that I had, and I just wrote this on it: dance to your favourite Northern Soul song for John. Hashtag John. Thought, can we get it trending? I think that's what you call it on social media. I don't know very much about social media. You'll probably find out. First bit of feedback I got, by the way, when I set up was, you spelt favourite wrong. There's a U in it. Hey up. So anyway, so I'm driving into town and I've got a really crappy little CD player and a load of Northern Soul CDs. So the vinyl lovers, I'm sorry, but I thought it was probably going a bit far to try and play some of my vinyl in town. And I only had this rubbish CD player, so I was very, very adrenalised when I got to town. Got all my gear, right? I've got my Peaky Blinders cap. It's not a Peaky Blinders cap. We wore these back in the day. No, we didn't actually. We had really bad hair, I seem to remember, in 1973. And so I had that. I thought I'll put that down and get some money. So I thought, where? So I thought, well, there's Marks and Spencers and all that. That's where all buskers normally are. But I was a bit worried about the law. So I saw, first one I saw was one of these tourist guides in Leeds. If you ever go to Leeds, we'll do a brilliant job with a smile on the face, right? So there was a young lady with the bowler hat on, so I approached her and said, and big kind of Crombie style coat. I said, am I allowed to do this? And she said, I don't know, I think so. But hey, good luck, you know, brilliant thing to do. I thought, well, that was a bit of encouragement. That was my first bit of encouragement, really, to go, yeah, this is doable. So she said, you need to talk to the people who have the red jackets on, who give the permits for the people who sell all the hats and sunglasses and, you know, phone cases and all that stuff. So I found one of them and told them what I was going to do, and they went, yeah, I think it'd be okay, so, you know, just don't block any sort of shop windows or anything. So off I trotted, so I looked for a location. I couldn't go up there because there was like some big Afro rock band with like full-size speakers and all that. I thought, well, that's going to be drowned out. And somebody down there. So I positioned myself just down the corner opposite Debenhams on, I think it's called Swinegate, I'm not so sure, but it was just opposite Debenhams on the side bit. And there were two phone boxes next to each other with lights in, so that's good. I can put my two boards against there. So I got my two boards against there, got me a little CD player down and my hat. And my hat was like going 10 a dozen. And by the way, this isn't about me. It's about the wonderful people of Leeds. And I was about to go, you know, and I thought, you know, and there was a guy in the phone box at the time who stuck around for a while because he kept waiting for a phone call. I don't know if it ever came. He kept going in and coming out again and going in and coming out again. Didn't have a mobile. I have no idea why he was using a mobile phone, a phone box. But anyway, I was sort of building up my kind of thing to start. I thought, you know, first dance is the hardest, you know. The first dance is the hardest. Everybody will tell you that. How do people get to be great Northern Soul dancers? I'm far from a great Northern Soul dancer, but I've seen some brilliant ones in my days. By dancing in our bedrooms, you know. And then, but there comes that key moment when you have to step out and dance on the dance floor. And when I was sort of building myself up, I got thinking, and then I thought, blimey, the Central Northern Soul Club, like 2 minutes from where I was stood. In fact, I could have probably gone just around the corner and danced in front of the Central entrance down some stairs. But there wouldn't have been any people walking past there. I first went to the Central when I was 16. I remember, you know, that first Northern Soul dance you have. Oh, Clive the Cat's coming now. Hello, Clive, you can come up here then if you want. But we're telling the story for Christmas, so shut your face. Anyway, Clive, what was saying, talk about the passion for Northern Soul. You see, back in the day, Northern Soul was like an underground thing, and we loved it in 1972 and 3 and 4, and because we knew about it, and everybody else was listening to David Bowie. And we were doing our thing. So going public with it on the streets of Leeds and Strictly Come Dancing, boo, that's not your Northern Soul dance, but there we go. Anyway, back to the story. So I thought, yeah, but it's your first dance. It's just like your first ever dance, Steve. You know, you're going to be nervous, perhaps, but go for it. So I went for it. And it was interesting. Then I noticed that opposite the phone box there were some seats, which was great. I'd not planned it that way, but people were sat down. Now, I don't know how long we danced for, or how long I danced for, because I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do all the dancing, that the people of Leeds might join in, especially a bit later when, you know, they'd had a few bevies perhaps. So my first rave out, these are the people I want to thank of Leeds, was 4 little boys. Not 3 wise men came by, but 4 little boys. 4 little blonde boys. I think 2 of them might be twins, the mum and dad, because with people going up and down, you know, with the Christmas shopping and looking a bit, or on the phones, or with headphones on. And obviously their mum and dad were having a bit of a rest, so they were going, go have a dance. So one of them got up and did a bit of a dance, and I was showing him some moves, and that was encouraging. And then another one got up, and eventually all 4 of them got up, and that was the only time all day, to be honest, I could have a break, because they just took over for 10 minutes, which was brilliant. So thank you to those 4 little boys, whoever you were, doing the snake. I remember that. Next highlight for me was when the tipsy woman turned up with an enormous giraffe, and I saw her coming towards me, and I had to like go, woman with giraffe, dance for John and me. So she did. I don't know if she was giving that giraffe to for Christmas, so I hope this, you know, spoilt the surprise. But anyway, thanks for that, because that got a bit of a crowd too. Next person I'd like to thank is the guy who came up and said, this is great, this. And not praise for me, just great that we're doing that, and I didn't want that, and neither does John want any of that, right? But it's brilliant. I'm going to put it all over social media. And so, John, some of those donations you got that were anonymous or people you don't know, that's probably what was a result of this fella. But not only did he do that, John, and everybody else, he put 20 quid in, £20. Now, up until now, people have been putting pennies, that's great, pounds maybe, 20 quid. And when he did that, things changed because other people started to put more money in. And then I realised how this busking thing works is people sort of, I think, expect you to do a performance and then stop and give them the money. And I wasn't doing that, I was just keeping going. So the money started to come in, but there were times when I felt I was kind of a bit on my own, and people had forgotten about me, but they hadn't. Some people had actually gone past and said, I haven't got any change, but I'll come back. And I thought, yeah, right. But they did. And then the next couple of things, final things really, highlights was my daughter Megan texted me and said, I've got your birthday card, where are you? And I said, I'm dancing outside Debenhams. And she went, oh, right. So she turned up, brilliant, thanks Megan, right. She didn't join in, because young people get embarrassed, don't they? But she did join in, because she gave me some money for John and all that, right. That's great. My son Tom also texted me and said, best of luck with that, but I'm sure it'll be great. So got all that support, which is good, because you need that support. Anyway, the next thing that happened was a little girl. Now, I don't know if her mum and she'd been watching me for a while because I was just in my thing, but she stood up and she sort of pushed the little girl towards me, and the little girl stood there. She must have been a little girl with a hat on, blonde hair. If her mum ever sees this, you'll know who you are. And sort of gently pushed her towards me. And I've always thought with my kids and with all our kids, and this is a good message I think for Christmas, is you want to give them the roots to grow and the wings to fly, and that's what she did. She gave her a little push and she joined in. And little kids don't care, do they? I think she might have been 3 or 4. She was just joyful, and that gave me enough to keep going, which was brilliant. And the money was mounting fast, which was fantastic. Nobody could hear the music by now. At one point, one guy walked past and shouted out, "Keep going, Grandad," which was good. And I was doing my thing. But perhaps the biggest thing for me was the woman who stopped. And again, I couldn't get any videos of this because I was too busy doing my thing. So people, if you videoed it, you might have a video of this. But anyway, this woman stopped. Clearly had some problems with her hips. I don't know what age she was. Started chatting when I was telling her about what we were doing, getting a wheelchair for John, helping him be independent so he can do his thing without us having to shine the spotlight on him and all that. And she danced for probably 10, 15 minutes with me, and also said, I'll go get you a coffee. And so because we were dancing, and I never got a name. I wish I'd got a name. And we were dancing, and she's going, whatever, I love this music. And I went, yeah, it's great, innit? People were walking past, thought we were nutters. I don't know what they thought, really. And she said, this time last Christmas, my house burnt down, and I didn't have any insurance, and I was left with nothing. And it wasn't people I expected that helped me out. It was complete strangers. And that's why I'm dancing with you. So there's a story for you for Christmas. Well done, people of Yorkshire. Well done, people of Leeds. Well done, friends and family of John. You have been brilliant.